Greetings everyone, it is I, Wrestler, and welcome back to Ostriv. Now, last time we were here, these houses weren't built. They were still being in the process of being built. In fact, this one was being built. So I told you guys in the video that I would get some things done and then come back. So I decided I'd finish all the houses and plan a few more things. So this is the last tent, um, and they will move into this house right here. So that tent will be gone. And so what I've done is oh wow, they built that. So I built a small chapel. Now religion is not necessarily a huge need in the right away, right off the bat, in in the game. But it's good to kind of preempt it because eventually I think they want this massive church, which is just huge and requires resources that we don't have access to yet, like stone. Which is in production. As you can see, the production thing is there's tons of things. The smithy is working. The charcoal pile needs to be rebuilt, so to speak, and it will be eventually. Um, Actually, it might take an opportunity to demolish it. It needs to be empty. Okay, well then it's still got charcoal in it. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll wait off on that. And, so I placed down a warehouse too, which is another job that can be filled by either gender, which I intend to fill. And then I placed down this. This is part of the forestry when you plant trees right here. And as you can see, I also said let's do some bark. So this basically allows them to plant trees. Now, earlier in the hold on, let me hire somebody for this. Um, Women only. Let's hire that. We'll add let's see here, wood, and let's put 2,500 wood to start, and then we'll put firewood, and let's do 2,500 of that to start. And then we'll put nails, and nails are not as plentiful, so we'll put 500 nails. And then let's see, what else can we put in here? Let's put thatch. Let's put 1,000 thatch to start. Oh wait, that's 100. 1,000. There we go. Now you might think, well, what's the point of having a warehouse? It's because places like this, um, like wood like this, they will max out, and so you want to be able to give them more because they've already maxed out logs, right? And I don't know if you can put logs in here. What happens if I take away nails? So you can't put logs, but it's good to have things in here in storage because this means your construction workers, if you're building something, say right here, next to this house, between these two houses, and they need, you nails. You don't want them to go all the way over here to get nails or all the way over here to get thatch if it's right here. And this also allows them to produce more. Because see, 2,000 chance, 2,000 reeds. She's maxed out at reeds and thatch. So the person from the warehouse can put some of this here, and then she can continue making stuff. Same with the nails, although 1,000 nails seems pretty generous. I mean, he's made 410 nails, which is amazing. So, but the forestry is really going um, well. Now, something about this reforestation is for the longest time, back when this game first came out, reforestation was broken. It was a thing, but it didn't matter how many trees you planted, they never got planted. I tried 30 initially when I first saw it, and they never planted a single tree. Like the area was there, it was sitting there, and from like all the way from like June to the next June, not a single tree was planted, so to speak. I tried, I thought, okay, maybe 30 is too many. I tried 20, that didn't work. I tried 10, I went even down as low as 5, and nothing. So they fixed it though, not in the last update, a couple updates ago. So I decided to try it, and so I put 60 trees, um, and in this plot, and so now they have 6 left. So they've been planting like crazy. Now the trees will grow over time, and I'm not. And now since they've recently fixed it, I'm not sure what happens when the trees get full grown. I don't know if the plot automatically gets removed, and all of a sudden they start chopping them. I don't know if you have to actually. If there's a button where that you click and it's like okay, boom. or something. They're all cuttable now. But let's see. Hopefully they can get the last 3 done before winter really sets in. There's 2 left. So as you can see, it's starting to snow quite extensively. What do we got in here? So we got. Okay, so we got. Okay, so they're doing well getting things over there. As you can see, they have the maximum amount of logs, which is good because with everything being transported over here, um, they're going to need logs. So they have 10 now because they're chopping things. But that's kind of the point, so to speak. Okay, so there's 76 oh, 76, not 60, okay. 76 trees, um, ready for cut, allowed chopping. So I'm going to uncheck allowed chopping for now, because I want to see what will happen, and I don't want to miss something suddenly. So anyway, so we got this warehouse. We got these carts over here, which are starting to get worn down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place government, because if you have a town hall, which is the seat of government, you can do what's called seasonal hiring. And what seasonal hiring allows you to do is you set it up is instead of you having to micromanage everything, you set it up where certain people are assigned to certain jobs during seasons. So like building, like you can be like, okay, like we're not going to build from the month of like say November to like February or November to like March or something because it's cold, right? And so you set up in certain buildings, okay, like in the off season, it's like the on season for like the smithy would be like November to like February when he gets extra help, so to speak. And so you set that up so people show up there, or you say like this season for this season. So that way you can have people doing jobs that, without having to micromanage it. And that way during the off season or during the on season when they actually have to go back to the job they normally do, they can go back to that without you having to manage it. And that's useful for jobs that require people you don't have yet, so to speak, because you haven't built houses for them yet. Because you need things. So I'm going to build the center of government right here. Do I want to do it there? I'm gonna do it here. But I'm gonna rotate because the camp governor lives right there. This is gonna be his office technically. So I'm gonna do that. Now in the town hall, um, and keep in mind I don't normally have people build during winter months in city builder games, with exceptions. Like this exception would be, we need to get things built. But once you get things established, it's a good idea to have your builders not be out there in the freezing cold. Now, luckily, this warehouse right here is providing mostly almost everything. Not providing all the wood, but a good majority of it, and it will provide probably a good majority of the nails. Let's see, what does this need? Wood. Okay, so it doesn't need thatch, but yeah. So not a lot of buildings I've noticed, at least in terms of construction material, need thatch. There are some buildings that need thatch for some other reason, but a lot of buildings don't need necessarily thatch. You know, I like how these gardens um, are really unique for each house. Some have really lush gardens. Other ones have kind of little planting things like this. This guy, I'm not sure what he's growing, but yeah, so to speak. And oh my, the logs have definitely fallen down. We're down to 3 logs, but see that's them. They're bringing back logs themselves. Now the town hall it's still, as much as they've had it, they've improved it. The town hall is still a little bit weird at times. Um, for instance, you'll say, okay, well, this person is like the mayor or something, or so to speak, or like is like not mayor. The mayor is chosen. I think it's kind of more of this person's like the counselor or something like that. I think it's called counselor. And you say that person's a counselor, but then and so they're like, yeah, this person's the counselor, and so somebody's hired, but then you can't do anything because the counselor is supposed to enable you to do, and sometimes the counselor never gets hired. Now I don't. Now hopefully they fix that. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see once the town hall is built. So not that the smithy needs help. I'm thinking more if I were to build a carpenter, because if you don't have because these carts are going to need maintenance, or new carts. You're going to need new carts eventually. So let's see if we can get that um, plotted out at least. Carpentry, there it is. Okay, carpentry. Let's put it over here. Actually, that's kind of far away from everything. Trying to figure out where I could put carpentry. I can put it in the middle of town. Um, see if I can. Put it right there, and let's pause it. Pause. I want to get things seasonally set up, and I want to get a farm plotted too before I build a carpentry. Okay, so let's slow it down here. So here's the town hall, and so counselors. Let's see. So see, builders you can't, but with counselors we're gonna hire only women. And there. Oh, wow, that was quick. And that so mayor. And then you say want to manage seasonal hiring. So you go, okay, seasonal hiring. So this is where your seasonal hiring. So hire options. So here you see this, right? So the off season. So you say, well, when's the on season? Well, on season's one worker, right? So you want to add this before you before you do anything. Because if you add none to the off season, you uncheck boxes, this guy's gonna vanish. Vanish. Because then it's not on season, right? So let's see here. No. So off season, we'll have 2 workers. And so off seasons, let's do January, February, November, and December. So during the off season, he'll have, let's see here. So see, you can see right here, November, December, January, February, no building. And so he's got a guy there. But come on season, it'll go back to 1 person. And come on season, it'll go back to 5 people building. And that's in March. So we're in middle of January right now. So there's no building going on, which is fine. And so what we're going to do is, this is all in preparation for when on season happens again, is we're going to build a farm. Now, farms in this game are also something that you need to be very careful, and not careful, more so, farms are very interesting. Because you put you need to put particular plants out, and you need to put them out like quick. So like that. So like why I have a carpentry set up, and we'll reevaluate it when we look at the carts. But if the carts are okay, the farm will be the first thing we will get built, because we're going to need that built ASAP, in order to get things planted at the right time. And so there's the mayor, and who's this guy, who is 36 years old and is is the leader, so to speak, of the town. Let's take a look here. Some of these are interesting to see, um, just in terms of it's a cultural thing. 38, 33. There's always at least one really strange. Well, that's 9 years. There's always some really massive age discrepancy, though. There it is, 39, 22, 17 years. So, um, I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, good job, so to speak. But, okay, that sounds really bad. But, yeah, I think you see the point. So, Bernie completed. Oh, they did it again. Okay. And this guy's got charcoal. So, another warehouse. So, building another warehouse might be in their best interest, actually. So, having 2 warehouses, mind you, is never a bad idea. So, we'll pause that. If you're wondering what that symbol is that disappears, that's basically telling me, hey, there's nobody to work this. To which I'm thinking, I know, thank you. Now, I'm building all these things, and the reason I have so many of these things plotted out is because I'm one of those people who preemptively builds. Um, I think about, I've seen some guys on the platform who they go, oh, I have to build this and I have to build this, and they might, and sometimes that's genuine because they're playing it for the first time, but sometimes they're doing more of an instructional type thing, um, and such, or they're playing it, and sometimes it's the first time, so they legitimately, like I said, they don't know what they're doing. But sometimes I think it's played. Gosh, keep accidentally placing that. Sometimes I think it's just it's they're doing it and they're learning as they go. But and I try and give you instruction while acting like I do know what I'm doing because I have played this game beforehand. Because while there are some games that's a lot of fun to play for the first time, it's good to have a basic understanding. And so, like I said, religion is not needed in the thing, but I built it now. Is this granary needed? Or no, we're not producing food, but we'll need it eventually. And you want to do this now so that your villagers can develop pathways. Because you see, there are paths developed, but this is going to be right in the middle of a path. Um, but a granary is going to be needed. And the reason I put it here, because you're going, well, it's not that close to the farm, that's because the market's going to be in this area. So, camp storage. Yeah, that will need to be moved, yeah. And it is being moved. So, you see here, let's see how much we got. We almost got 500 nails. So, let's up that to 800 nails. Because we're getting close to that. We got quite a bit of firewood and thatch and wood going on. Foresters building their log supply back up. That's good. This guy's both taking a rest. This guy's waiting for his partner. Oh boy. He's almost done with his workday. Um, and his partner is now just showing up to work. Well, hopefully they can get a log going on beforehand. This will happen from time to time, but usually it syncs itself back up. Is that a need for what? Water. Okay, we need to build another well. Okay, so let's do that. Actually, let's. So you can have a dock that they just go to, and you can have a well. Um, so let's do an actual well. And we will also pause that. So the well, that and the carpentry were the two things we need, and we'll turn one of them off for production. So what? And we'll make one for production, one for citizens. Period. So that way there's no if ands. And actually, now that I think about it, I remember they said something about building wells too close to each other. So let's put the well, set the second well more over here. Actually, it's a little bit. We want it to be somewhat near the camp center. So let's put it right behind the warehouse, right here, and pause that. So that will be something we'll need to build. So, long story short, it's January. Let's speed things up. Um, Seasonal hiring is in effect. Um, there are no builders right now because of seasonal hiring. Um, the warehouse is going to stay the same pretty much. So we need the warehouse to be on point all the time. How many employed women do we have there available? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got 6. So we'll have 5 after we put another one on that warehouse. We'll have 4 after we do the granary. So we have 4 people who can work over here in the farm, so to speak. 4 women, that is, mind you. I've actually, I don't have any data to back this up because I didn't record it, but I've actually noticed that when you have that particular genders actually do better. Like I had a guy doing the thatchery when I first built the thatchery, and he was good. But I've noticed that when you have a woman doing thatchery, I don't know if it's just coincidental, but they always seem to do a way better job. Maybe it's a I don't know if it's a I don't know if there's any so to speak. Gosh, the nails. Um, whoopsies. But it just seems like the guys just can't do thatchery. Maybe it's the delicate hands. I don't know. What exactly makes women in this game better at being thatchers? But they're really good. So yeah. So we just started February. Um, yeah, and so February is about a quarter of the way through. Smithy's working away like not enough charcoal. Got tons of charcoal. The only thing I don't like about this smithy is when there's charcoal that's available and they need charcoal. It seems like the smithy is completely paralyzed and can't seem to go get it himself. So laborer has to come over and get it, and that's the only thing that I think is, like, because I put the charcoal thing near the smithy every single time, even when I know he can't go get it himself. Maybe because I don't want laborers to have to walk that far to get him charcoal. So there is a method to it. But at the same time, I'm thinking, if it's right next door, just go get it. I mean, you're Smith and Nails, and you're banging and clanging things. So it's not as if, it's not as if, you're incapable. Um, okay, we're just gonna let that go. Um, so I'm thinking it's not as if you're physically incapable of doing things. So, anyways, so we're about to hit February here. I mean, sorry, about to hit March here in February, and so the farm will be the first thing we'll build. So let's get ready. Let's preemptively get ready to unpause the farm as we get towards March and it gets a little bit warmer and our construction workers are back on point. So we're still at 33 citizens, by the way. Oh wow, it's already warming up. Okay, let's get those builders back on building detail. We have three, right? Five. There they all are. Okay, so they're building this. Yeah, farm also requires thatch. So let's get that farm built, guys. And then the well, and then the carpenter, and then we'll go with the warehouse and the granary. The granary will be the last thing we'll build because the farm's going to take some time before it has anything to show for the granary. Now, I said granary, I said market, and the reason I said that is because part of to get people to come to your village, you have to have jobs first, which we have plenty of. You have to have housing, which you can build, but you also have to have food. You have to have food available for sale because the people who are coming, while they're bringing a little bit of food, they're going to have to get food. So you need to have a market so they can go. That's not selling just food, but also like other things. You need to have a market. If you build an empty house, it will tell you what's required. So it will say like jobs. It will say like jobs, empty house, like all that. Then it will say like no market or something. So the market is mainly for food, but the market also sells like firewood and other things that people need. You know, because right now people are going to the warehouse to get firewood, which is fine. That's completely okay. And you don't have to sell firewood. You can just have it in the warehouse for people to go help themselves to, which usually is what I do because I figure, well, if you're cold, if you can't afford firewood, you're going to leave. Um, or you're going to start doing unauthorized tree cutting, and you might cut these trees down. Your carts are wearing out. Build a carpentry to repair them. See, that's what I'm talking about. Um, so actually, I think the carpentry is going to be the next thing. Yeah. So let's unpause the carpentry so they can start gathering resources. So, um, and then we'll probably have to assign a carpenter there. So we might have to take a builder away, which is fine. Um, gosh, the cards. Uh, yeah, I was going to delay it, but Anyways, well, you know what? Well takes barely nothing to do, and if you can't transport things with a cart, that means they have to carry them, and that's when you have a real problem on your hands. So once the carpenter is built and the farm is built, we're gonna pause construct. Man, they're building the carpenter a lot quicker than I thought they would. Okay, so let's slow it down. Let's take one builder away. I want to take him. Right click. There we go. And click here. Now, something you want to do once you have that is you want to do cart parking. Cart parking is this basically, but it's upgraded. And why is no? Okay, he's working there. Okay, good. So he can repair things, which is kind of the point. So let's see if we can get this built. Now, four builders is a little bit low on the low side, but this is needed, so to speak, because we need the carpenter working. And so we're gonna go with four builders for a while. Carpenter could be something you do seasonally, but but you probably want to get carts kind of, so to speak, um, kind of maintained before you do anything crazy. So here we go. So let's pause right now. So here's the farm, right? So let's go to higher options, and not gonna uh, not gonna hire women, and I mean not gonna hire men, not gonna hire men. So enable seasonal hiring. Yeah, actually. So let's see. So on season. So okay, let's add. Okay, so let's add a manager, right? Actually, let's go like this, and let's add two farmers. Okay, now let's pause. So it says, okay, on season, does the manager not count? Okay, so let's actually play it here. Okay, now pause. Okay, so on season, you're right. Okay, so off season, we don't want anybody. So we're gonna have um, October is also an off season. Yeah, let's keep October in case they need to do that. So off season, they won't have any. So now we add a field. So add field. So you add the field. Let's see here. Don't want to get too crazy. 16, 20 units. 20 by 15. Let's do 20 by 20 by 20. Okay, so then we're gonna go potatoes. Yeah, so you skip the plow because plows you have to order, right? And you don't want to have to do that. So we'll add another field to this will also be 20 units by 20. There's not where fields could snap. And this we will go okay. Let's go with see, I know we're gonna need sunflower, but wheat's probably good. But let's see, what does sunflower do? See, this also tells you the nutrients. So, so like here you look at potatoes, right? Um, right. Okay. So you look here. So you look at what's like good. So potatoes, 50%, 30%. This sunflower is really, really good. Um, so is buckwheat. We're gonna go with sunflower Because sunflower oil you eventually need to plow this field. Um, and activate the field. Okay, so let's go to play. Um, and so, as you can see here, they bring in the resources here. Construction's paused, guys. Um, let's see here. You're visiting a chapel, dude. We need you to be working. Right. So the farmers are coming to work here, and laborers. So the laborers are here to basically laborers are going to bring things out. So they're going to basically be sowing the fields and such. Now, I know there are some games where it takes forever for fields or things to, I guess, show up um, or work, so to speak. But that's not a thing here. So what we're going to do, so what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to get cart parking because cart parking uses 4 carts. Can hold can hold 4 carts. So I'm gonna actually I'd love to build it right there, but this is camp storage, so I need to empty that. So warehouse is gonna be the next thing on the list after they build the well. So let's speed things up. I want to get this well though, like prioritized. Okay, all resources are collected. Now we can unpause the warehouse. And they build a warehouse. Now, if you say things look like they're tilted, like they're off center, they probably are. They're not straight, but I'm just, but I tried to do what I could. Um, whoa. Okay, so let's put iron in here. How much iron do we have left? 242. Okay, so let's put 242 iron. I want to get it all. Um, let's see. What do we not have? Bark. We don't have bark in here. Let's put bark in here. Let's put, what's our limit on bark? 3,500. Let's put 2,000 of it in the warehouse. And let's put some charcoal in here because citizens can use charcoal to to heat their homes. So let's put 1,000 charcoal in this warehouse. And you know what? That's all we're gonna have in the warehouse for now. So hopefully they take the iron from here. So let's speed it up. I need this to be removed, so to speak, and so the camp storage needs to be made empty. You can actually make this empty. So this guy's repairing the cart. See, back to full strength. So, and that's what's key. Now, the reason I'm building another cart station is because 4 carts is always better than 3. Um, you know, keep in mind we only have so many things, but carpenters also can do other things. They can make plows, so you can order things um, for them to make. So yeah, so you can see this here. Anyways, sure we'll empty this at some point. as resources depleted. What if you deplete them yourself, right? So the carpenter, I'm sure, will get to a point. What is the carpenter exactly doing? Okay. It's interesting. I'm thinking he's working, but the carts are still, you know, maybe he's making things. I mean, he's got the stuff, so I'll force repair if I don't get my way soon because I'm like that. So, oh gosh, sunflowers doing well. So you'll see certain things. Anything ready for chopping? No, but they are growing, so that's good to know. So yeah, so the plants here, I'm actually pretty impressed with them because these look different, and they're supposed to look different. But some games really don't do the difference. You wouldn't see. It looks like the potatoes, aren't much different than the grass. I mean, you can kind of see a difference, but not very much. But potatoes grow underground, so mainly, so to speak. Why do you think potatoes are dirty? Because they're pulled out of the ground and they're underground grown. So, um, so to speak, but people do plant things here too, so it's pretty interesting to watch. Yeah, but this is to really, push the thing. So June growth, yeah, ripening, yeah, harvesting would probably take place. And let me show you something here. So here's the harvest. The reason I kept October on is sometimes it takes a while to harvest things, and so you don't want them going. Well, it's October, time to go, and they just walk off the job, and you're like, hey guys, oh, forgot to do this. So we're gonna do this for production alone, and this for citizens alone. So there now. Okay, I'm just gonna make this empty because it just needs to happen. You go emptying the storage. It's like, yeah, you're taking it. That might have been a problem. Probably someone here going, yeah, you didn't put a worker on that warehouse, you stupid moron. My mistake. Okay, so. Okay, I'm looking at you. What? Really? Let's force the repair there. Alright, let's get car parking built. Okay, you need a job, Ola. There you go, Ola. Um, we will store what we're growing. So let's scroll down here. We'll store potatoes, and we'll store sunflower. And since I don't know how much is this going to produce, does it like no? 370 units. Is it the same on sunflower? Yeah. I don't know what that means though in terms of time. So let's just put 1,000. And they don't reach that capacity, that's okay. So, okay, Oha, you're a laborer now. Does that mean you're a laborer here? Oh, you're doing labor work. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine. Does everyone have a job actually? You do not. Well, you can have a job in the granary. Can you like actually force people to like do things? Well, I thought you were. Weren't you a farmer? You know, I'm looking at here. You have no job, and there is a job right there. You know, just saying. You know, work to be done. Go to work. Okay, you have a job because we want one of these carts repaired. No questions asked. Good. Okay, let's speed it up as he goes and grabs the cart and repairs it. So we have cart parking done, right? So you drag these. So let's drag that over there. Let's drag that over there. Let's drag that one over there. So all the carts are going to go here now. So then we can destroy this. What's he doing? Where are you going? Oh, he's grabbing metal parts. That's good. Okay. So we're going to do some seasonal hiring in this too. So, so in the off season, also too. But the off season is just going to be December and January. That's the only time I want the off season. So, and that's when we're going to really have them ordering things. So, we'll force repair that one too. When you come back, you have a job. Okay, so let's destroy that. And so you see, you can click here to order a cart, and this guy will build one. That's probably something to do in the off season, though, as that actually takes quite a bit of work. So, how are we doing here? It's already starting to ripen. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Anyways, guys, this is where we're at with Ostriv now. Still trying to figure out why. Oh, did she take the job? Yes, she did. Excellent. Yeah, you see the line right there? That's really good. And her husband, man, it's dedication. You work all the way over there. Yeah, no horseshoes yet. So, eventually, what you want to do is you want to get a plow, and you can order a plow, and your villagers can push a plow, although it's not recommended. Um, you want to go, well, what about oxen? Well, yeah, you can get oxen, and that's something that you look for, not government, sorry. With trade and transport, you get a trading post, and then you can order things like that, and then you get wagons and things like it, and you can get a trading dock and market stall. It really, really gets actually a wooden bridge is kind of interesting. Um, gosh, how much? Gosh, that would take so many resources. Um, I do not want to build this. Actually, out of curiosity, would it take a lot to get over here? What if you build it from like here? Take a lot, but we'd have the resources. Well, I'm not sure. Well, actually, what we'd find over here, stone. So this is probably a place to go eventually, but not right now. So, anyways, take a look here at some of these resources. What's the off season for you guys? What season do you not have anybody? February. Okay, so let's actually do that. Let's do seasonal hiring. And so in the off season, you'll have 2 people. February is your off season. Actually, no. Let's can't get too close. Let's do January. Let's do January of both. You'll have 2 people in January. So the rest of the time it's just one of you. So, anyways, foresters, we're not even gonna mess with your off-season hiring. Don't wanna, don't wanna do that. And anyways, so that's where I'm gonna leave. Nothing ready for cutting yet. Gosh, they're already harvesting. See, growth stopped. That's the thing. That they got as far as they're gonna get, so to speak, in growth. So now it's hard. So now they're harvesting things because it's not growing anymore, which is fine. It's completely fine. So taking the potatoes. So this is where laborers really come in handy. Oh gosh, excuse me, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, anyways, and now they're harvesting the sunflowers too. So, how many potatoes they got remains to be seen. I guess we'll see what happens when they show up at the granary. Baskets all over the place. So far we know they have at least 50 potatoes, probably more. How quickly they're being transported is unclear at this point. The granary's got 150 potatoes so far, so that's good. Since lots of people in this town like to eat potatoes, I mean everyone's got them in their house. So I doubt they're growing them in their gardens out here. They're probably growing other things that they like. 248. So is that so? Well, okay. With an arbitrary number like that, I'm guessing that's as many potatoes as we're gonna get. Which, hey, there are 33 people. 248 potatoes. I'm not a what math whiz, but that's I think at least 5 potatoes. Yeah, at least 5 potatoes per person. So hey, sunflower oil is later on used for certain things. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what it's for. I'll find it here. Give me a sec. Oil workshop. There you go. It's oil is needed for certain things later on, for certain buildings. So that will be something to think about production-wise. If we're looking at building a quarry, so to speak, it's a thatchery, fishing dock, sheep farm, orchard. Yeah, an orchard is something we might want to look at too. Once we have more people, mind you, smeltery. Trying to remember. I'm looking for. There's stone mining camp. You want to build it like kind of here. Right. So, that will be what? So as a are you kidding me? It's just exhausted of nutrients for sunflowers. Okay. Okay, let's do buckwheat then next time. Okay, I guess we don't need them in October. We're gonna keep them in September just in case, but considering how efficient they were, What's the problem here? Not enough food variety. I don't know what to tell you guys, okay? I mean, you might not like potatoes, but that's what you're going to be eating. So, 377 potatoes it is. So, anyways, you know what? You're going to have 2 workers very soon. Let's get some work planned out. Let's get this wooden bridge actually planned. Actually, let's not do the wooden bridge yet. Let's look at getting another house placed down. So let's see about. I was thinking that. I was thinking this, more along the lines of this or this. Let's go like that. And get the workers, yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop it here, guys, and we'll pick it up next time. And there are 2 places complaining of food, right? You know what, guys? You don't have to eat what we have there. I suggest you do, though. Anyways, let me put buckwheat in there for them later on. So there we go. Okay, guys. Anyways, this has been Ostriv. I'll look at getting some things done for you guys. Maybe food variety. Maybe until we have next growing season, we'll pick it up. Um, maybe I'll have the cart thing. Having when they make a cart, it's not all that impressive, to be honest. You just see it being constructed here slowly, and then it shows up there. But that's what carpentry does, and the forestry. Hopefully those trees will be done, ready for chopping, so we can replant right here, because they have been cut in here, which is fine. Um, and the warehouse and all the So yeah, so I was able to show you guys town halls, easily hiring a lot of things, and I'll continue to show you guys more. But until next time, this is Rustler signing off.